Hello everyone, welcome to another exciting episode of Visual Impression. I hope you all are doing great. On today's episode, we will unbox Nikon D500, which is a beloved camera of wildlife and sports photographer. And after the unboxing, we will go through some specification of this body and we will compare this model with other DSLR and mirrorless models, and we will see why this D500 is best camera in the market till now. So stay tuned until the end of the video, and we will go through all the specifications and comparisons on this video. So without wasting any time, let's get started. Okay guys, let's unbox this masterpiece. So this is the box, and you can see it is written here D500, and you can see that all the direction it is written D500. Here it is written Bluetooth, NFC, Wi-Fi, then HDMI and HDSC card it is compatible with. So all this basic information, and what's in the box means it's a strap, rechargeable battery charger, USB cable, user's manual and warranty card. These all things are included in the box. And yeah, so there is nothing much to show here, and it is written there is a 64 GB card. It is free with this Nikon D500. Okay, so let's unbox this and see what's inside. Okay, once you open it, you will see the paper box, simple paper box, and it's written 2-year warranty. Some more paper, a huge manual. You can see it is a very huge book, and all the basic stuff about camera, how to use it, all the buttons and all the controls and all the informations are here. So I'll keep it aside. There are some more paperworks. I will keep it aside as well. Okay, yeah, there is the 64 GB SanDisk card. It is 170 Mbps card. It is fast card as well. Okay, let's open this box. Here you can see, let's open, first remove all the, yeah, this is the cable, data cable, which using this you can transfer your file from your camera to your laptop or PC. Then what else? Yeah, this is the charger. Okay, and this is the cable for charger. This is the battery. It's ENEL15B. It's very good battery. And strap. The strap has written D500. Okay, so all the stuffs are there. Let's open the main thing. Okay, this is the camera. You can see this is Nikon D500. It is written here D500, and there are function buttons. This is autofocus and focus buttons. This is the switch you have to press to mount your lens or unmount it. This is the top LCD, and this is the back LCD. Here it is written quality. You can choose your image quality, like you want to shoot RAW or JPEG. This you can select from here. The white balance you can select. The metering you can select from here. The modes means what are the types of image you want to capture. Shutter priority mode or aperture priority mode, everything can be controlled. This is the mount for your flash, and there is no flash, inbuilt flash here you can see. And you can see all the ports. This is the port, your data cable port. Here you can find your microphone and headphone jacks, and at the last you can find the HDMI port. Below you can see external battery grip mount, the mount, the tripod mount. You can mount your tripod here. Here you can insert your battery. This side you can insert your HDMI and XQD card. Okay, battery and all are inserted. Here you can see the numbers of images you can click with your available memory. It is shown here. Okay, so for now I will mount the 50mm lens what I have, and we will take some shots using that. So let's open this and let's mount the, here we go. Here all the settings are available, and as I told you, if you want I can create another video where we can see all the functions and all the user manuals, how to click better picture, means what are the controls and settings you will change, and what are these buttons are for. We can check all this, but for now let me check the quality. It is written raw, and I will shoot with raw only. White balance it will be auto. So yeah, it's auto, and metering it is spot metering. Okay, and I will take some shutter here around 500. So let's take some image. So you can see the images are coming very nice. So I was thinking to go with the kit lens model, but then I thought that when I am doing wildlife and nature photography, I do not need the kit lens often, because I am using my 200 to 500 mostly for birds and other wildlife animals. So I thought to not to choose the kit lens. Whenever I will need another lens for my portrait and other photography, I have the 50mm handy. So I thought to go with only body. So that's why I selected this one. Okay, so let's jump into the specification of this model. So this is D500, which is launched in 2016, and on the next year 2017 another body launched by Nikon was Nikon D7500. But D500 carries the most important features which D7500 and other models doesn't have. So that's why its price is little bit higher than other models in the DX series, and it is the most beloved and powerful camera in the DX series as well. So D500 is a DX, means crop frame camera, which has 20.9 megapixel crop frame sensor. This sensor carries the same quality as Z50 and D7500 also, but on this model the sensor plays the most vital role because it doesn't have any low pass filter. So that's why the image quality and sharpness always stay intact. So that is all about the sensor. So let's come to the ISO. ISO, it can handle up to 51900 from starting from 100, and the ISO performance is also quite good when in low light condition. When you try to capture some images with a higher ISO like 64,000, you will not gain that amount of noise in comparison to lower models of cameras. So ISO performance is also quite good. When we talk about shutter speed it carries from 1/8000 second of shutter speed, and maximum shutter you can open is 30 second. Below 30 second you can use the bulb mode, which all the cameras carries, but this camera's feature is mostly it can handle up to 1/8000 of the shutter speed. So that is the important factor as well. Another great feature it carries is it has 153 focus points, which any DX bodies doesn't have, and this focus points are grouped. Cross type autofocus is 99, and the focus points are well organized from the all the edges of the sensor. So anywhere on this frame if the subject is, it can focus it easily. One more great feature this camera carries is it can handle 10 frames per second capturing images. Other camera models doesn't have this feature. Some carries 6, some carries 5, and D7500 carries maximum 8 frames per second, but D500 carries the most 10 frames per second. I know it is the difference between two, but that 2 frames per second is also important when you are capturing birds in flight. And the battery is Nikon D500 carries EN-EL15B, which is a great battery, and it can handle up to 1200 images in one charge. In comparison to other models, it is a little bit higher. And another great feature this camera carries is it can handle 2 card slots. One is normal SD card slot, and another is XQD card slot. With using XQD card slot, the advantages you will get is it can handle up to 200 continuous shots without any buffer. But when you are using an SD card, it can handle up to 50 images without any buffer. But 50 itself is a good number of images. No one want to shoot more than 50 images of a specific subject. But using XQD card, you will get up to 200, and that is a great advantage as well. It has a top LCD screen, which is very much helpful for photographers to see the settings and adjustments easily rather than going to the display. And when we are talking about display is a very good 3.2 inch tilt screen display. It cannot be articulated. It is a tilt screen display, and it has a touch screen capability as well. You can touch to navigate to different images. You can touch to see a zoomed version of the image. You can pinch and zoom like mobile phone, and you can also select your settings through the display by touching that. It is a great advantages of this body, which D7500 also carries. Along with, one thing you will notice that it doesn't have any inbuilt flash, because to make the body more weather sealed, the Nikon team removed this flash from it, and it makes sense as well. When you are using flash in wildlife photography, it is not required, because wildlife photography doesn't need any kind of flash, and for portrait and sports photography, you cannot handle your amount of light what you need using your inbuilt flash. For that, I shoot with my external flash, and you can choose your flash according to your need. So there is no flash needed for this body, so it doesn't make a big deal. So these are the basic points of this model, and that's why it is a best camera, and it can be used for sports and wildlife as well. So let's talk about why I chose D500 in 2021, whereas there are lots of other cameras which are there, and they carry the other best features as well. First thing is, I had the lenses which are Nikon, so I do not want to get rid of it, so that's why I stick to the Nikon. Previously I was using D5300, so that's why I was thinking to upgrade to something more powerful. So then I thought that D500 can be a best camera, because in the lineup, if I talk about D7500, D7500 is a great camera as well, but it doesn't have the capabilities which D500 has. Like the viewfinder of D500 is larger than D7500, and the D7500 doesn't have more focus points. Like D500 has 153 focus point, and D7500 has only 51 focus points. And cross type focus, as I told you, D500 has 99 cross type focus point, and D7500 has only 15 cross type focus points. And the LCD screen resolution is much higher than D7500. D500 has 2 millions, and whereas only 92,000 in D7500. And the continuous shoots, it can handle up to 10 frames per second in D500, but D7500 can handle up to 8 continuous shots. And the battery life, of course, Nikon D500 has better battery life with maximum 1200 shots, but D7500 can handle up to 950 shots. And like that, the NFC connection Nikon D500 has, but D7500 doesn't have NFC connection. Nikon D500 is a dual card slot, but single card slot carries which one? D7500. And autofocus point, if you consider at the f8 aperture, you can handle up to 15 autofocus point, whereas D7500 can handle up to 1 autofocus point. And the body built of D500 is more versatile and more weather sealed in comparison to D7500. So like that, D7500 is a body which is mostly similar to D500, but with some extra and additional feature. D500 is a best choice in comparison to D7500. When we consider Z50 as a comparison, Z50 is a mirrorless system, and it is the first mirrorless body Nikon created. And this body, if we compare with D500, of course it is not worth comparison, but when I was thinking to go through to choose a mirrorless system, I was also thinking to go to this Z50 or Z5. So that's why I am just sharing the information. If you are also in same confusion, it may clarify your doubts. So Z50 is a good body, it's a mirrorless system, but why we choose D500 when Z50 is there? First thing is LCD resolution. As I told you, Z50's LCD resolution has mostly 1 million dots, but the LCD screen resolution of D500 is 2.3 million dots. And the maximum shutter speed Z50 can handle up to 1/4000 second, whereas D500 can carry up to 1/8000 of second. Battery life of Z50 is very less. It can handle up to maximum 300 images, but D500 can manage up to 1200 shots. And it doesn't have any headphone jack of Z50, but D500 carries a microphone jack and headphone jack as well. And there is no top LCD in the Z50. You always have to go to the screen, means the display, to see the settings and specifications, which may drain your battery faster. And there is no NFC connection in Z50, and it has only one card slot, and like that it doesn't have more control on frame per second. Like D500's frame per second is 10, but Z50 says its frame per second is 11, but when you are selecting your images as 14-bit, when you try to shoot in 16-bit, it reduced to 9 frames per second. So like that, there are lots of features which doesn't have Z50. Of course, Z50 has more focus points, and it has more functionality for video. It is a good choice who are capturing videos, not images. Where you are a blogger, you are trying to mostly shoot videos, then it will be helpful because it has dual autofocus, and its autofocus is great for video. But capturing still images, sports and other wildlife subject, it may not be a good choice for you. So the conclusion drawn from this comparison with Z50 or D7500, it is clear that if you are a pro level photographer, if you want to shoot birds or other wildlife animals or sports or action, and you do not want to miss those shots, the subject you want always in focus and 100% clear and clarity, so you can go for D500. You will not regret it. If you are a videographer, if you mostly shoot blogs and other things, mostly videos, you can go with Z50, because Z50 has more accurate autofocus system in comparison to DSLR bodies. But if you are a beginner, you want to learn photography, you want to explore photography, you want to shoot birds and butterflies or other action items, but you do not, it is only for your hobby or passion, you can easily choose D7500. It is a great camera, because people says that D7500 is mini D500, because most of the features of D500 carries by D7500, so you can choose that body easily. So that is my personal opinion about this D500, and I think after capturing some images and videos, I will come up with another episode with some detailed comparison of the images and how the sharpness is, how the focus quality is, how the continuous frame per second with 10 plays an important role. I can go through all those things on my next video. Then please like my video and share your thoughts and comments and suggestions on the comment box. And if you are new to this channel and if you like my work, please do support by following me, means please subscribe my channel and press the bell icon for upcoming videos, and stay tuned for my upcoming episode. Thank you for watching.